Okay, so here we have a system of inequalities, negative 3x plus 4y greater than 0, 3x minus 4y greater than or equal to 8, and we're going to graph them and see what happens. So step 1, we're going to graph our first inequality, negative 3x plus 4y greater than 0. Again, let me go through the steps to get that into something that's easier to graph. So we've got negative 3x plus 4y greater than 0. We're going to add 3x to both sides because we want to make sure that we get the y by itself because we're looking for that slope-intercept form to make it easier to graph. So 4y greater than 3x plus 0. We don't really need the plus 0 because is kind of just a placeholder. 0 is not necessarily needed. And then we're going to divide by 4. It is a positive 4, so our inequality symbol stays the same direction. So y greater than 3/4 x, 3 over 4x. So here we are crossing at 0 because that's our y-intercept. We're going up 3 over 4. It is dotted or dashed because it is strictly greater than, and it is shaded above because greater than means more. That's where our bigger numbers are. Step 2, we're going to graph the other inequality, the second one. This one is 3x minus 4y greater than or equal to 8. We use the same steps again. I'm going to use a different color this time to get our y by itself. So 3x minus 4y greater than or equal to 8. Subtract our 3x. We get negative 4y greater than or equal to negative 3x plus 8. Divide by negative 4. This time we are dividing by a negative number, so we have to change our symbol. We have to flip that inequality sign around. So now it is y less than or equal to. Negative 3 divided by negative 4 becomes a positive 3/4 x. And positive 8 divided by negative 4 becomes a negative 2. Let me change that to a negative sign. So here we are crossing at our negative 2. We're going up 3 over 4. It is solid because of that or equal to, and we want everything that is below it because of the less than. And then step 3 is to look at where the two graphs overlap each other. There is no overlap in this case. They are parallel lines. One of them is above, one of them is below. So there is no solution to this system. Is it possible for a system of inequalities that has boundaries with different slopes to have no solution? Think about that for a moment, put that in your notes, and have it ready to go because you will see it again later on our Canvas page. And then little study tip for you. When graphing more than one region, it's helpful to use a different color of pencil or a different pattern for each region. This will make it easier to see where the regions intersect to find possible solutions. What this is saying is if you are graphing on paper, you want to make sure you use different colors or use different patterns. So if this is my graph and I have one guy here, maybe do some hash marks this way so that when I do my other equation and go the opposite direction, I can see where the overlap is. If you remember from the previous video with the graph that was on a graphing calculator, one was etched one way, one was etched the other way, and where they crisscrossed was the where they overlapped. So that is a technique that you can use, or a method you can use, to help you identify the overlap when you are graphing by hand.